Hello everybody, Frouwo here, bringing you game number 2 now of Power Rangers vs. Virtus.Pro. I'm going to give you some foregrounds on this replay. It is spliced into 3 parts as there were a lot of server issues apparently during the game, as I do believe the Russian server was down during these the time the matches were played. So there's going to be a couple splices, 2 splices in total, 3 total parts. So yeah, just giving you that heads up. But anyway, Power Rangers Virtus.Pro game number 2. Here in the CIS Carnage 2014, Virtus.Pro up 1-0 after that astounding Skeleton King, or Wraith King pick rather, last game. So Power Rangers looking to come back, and let's hop into pick and bans as I've been wasting a lot of time just talking. So Power Rangers banning out thus far: the Alchemist, the Venomancer, the Omni Knight, the Bounty Hunter, as well as the Enigma. And Virtus.Pro banning out the Timbersaw, the Doom, the Lone Druid, the Nature's Prophet, now waiting on their 5th ban. Going to ban out the Outward Devourer. So Power Rangers now have picked up the Visage, Luna, the Enchantress, the Magnus, and waiting on their 5th pickup. As Virtus.Pro thus far has picked up the Bristleback, the Crystal Maiden, the Clockwork, and the Invoker. So no Skeleton just yet, and I doubt it'll be run because Bristleback usually sort of carry hero that Ilden enjoys playing. As Power Rangers pick up the Shadow Shaman, so gonna be interesting to see how they lane this. I assume it could be Magnus on the off lane, does have the skewer away, Luna in the safe lane, Shadow Shaman in the mid lane, and Visage, of course, support go wherever he wants really, and Enchantress gonna be in the woods somewhere. Just for the meantime, waiting on another support from them, as they do have their offlaner in the Clockwork, they do have the Bristleback, the Crystal Maiden, and the Invoker. Crystal Maiden support, the Bristleback carry, and the Invoker mid lane, rather. Of course, Bristleback and Invoker could switch off roles, should it be seen fit, but Shadow Shaman versus Invoker really favors Invoker. Shadow Shaman, not the best hero against Invoker in that mid lane, as Invoker can deal up that Cold Snap and just really batter down Shadow Shaman with the Cold Snap and the Forge Spirits with the Quaswax build. But now Virtus.Pro again, waiting on that last support pickup. And 25 seconds left on the clock, but yeah, very standard picks and bans thus far. Nothing too out of the ordinary. The Shadow Shaman, I'm not going to call it a pocket pickup, it's more of a fringe strategy. It happens enough that it's understandable when it happens. We have a disruptor pickup from Virtus.Pro, so I'm gonna lock down the Power Rangers with that disruptor pickup. It's like a really nice kind of sorta AoE silence and damage, that Static Storm. Also good stable with the Glimpse, as well as the Kinetic Field, it's called. And of course the Thunder Strike for the lane harass. So let's start with our introductions on the side of PR first, as they head directly towards the Radiant Woods. So ZXC going to be on the Shadow Shaman, FNG going to be on the Visage, J4 going to be on the Magnus, Moon going to be playing that Luna, and CT going to be playing the Enchantress. And in the meantime, on Virtus.Pro, we're going to have Smile on this Clockwork, going to have Ilden on the Bristleback, and NS, of course, on the Disruptor. G going to be playing that solo mid Invoker, and Jotum going to rotate towards the top lane and look to put some wards down, as we may have a clash in the bottom lane here. As Smoke up from PR. Going to spot out Ilden. Ilden, however, inherently tanky on the Bristleback. Going to start spamming out the Quill Spray, but may not live here, as he did not skill the damage reduction first. Ilden now starting to take a bit of damage, and Smile going to pop the cogs to make sure he stays alive. PR likely not to chase any further. Indeed, they do not, and going to back off, so both sides just going to retreat here. PR has the ability, or Virtus.Pro rather, have the ability to rotate back to base should they want to. I'm going to place this lane ward down. And J4 going to tango through the trees. Going to be cleared up as well by FNG, so using a lot of the regen from this first engagement, while Virtus.Pro, if they wanted to, could just rotate back. As I believe Smile did so slightly. And Bristleback gonna be caught out again, actually. Gonna have to use some more regen. And that's gonna find the second sentry ward now. or second ward actually. So no wards up for PR in this early portion of the game, as they do have none left. Just sentries on F God, I believe. Yeah, indeed, that is the tale. So we're gonna have that offlane Magnus, it seems. Again, with the skewer, gonna be his escape mechanism. Already has it skilled, so safe in that regard. Didn't have to waste anything else in the early ganking sort of portion of the game. And of course, Ennis is gonna start throwing out that static storm, or thunderstrike rather. Working on the spells, boys. Working on them slowly. In the meantime, it's going to be Smile versus Moon in this top lane. Smile, no aggression yet from early support, so he's going to be able to contest this Luna very well, but not level 1 Rocket Flare, so not too much rush going to come out of him. As Charm now going to be in the woods. So Ennis apparently being sick of that storm, or being sick of the Crystal Maid, not going to play this game, and is handed off to Jotum. As his clarity is broken, it's going to keep killing this large camp. As we open up the last hits and denies, certainly an important stat for this early portion of the game. And I haven't commented the mid matchup, but again, G against ZXC, Shadow Shaman versus the Invoker. Invoker has the upper hand here, as a ZXC, as a Shadow Shaman, doesn't have too high base damage. Invoker, once he gets a couple levels up in the Exhort, it just starts getting a little bit crazy. And ZXC would be easily outlasted for a couple levels now. Gonna have to really rely on the Ether Shock for the last hits on the creeps. As G picks up the boots early on. And no really early aggression after that first clash in the bottom. SJ4 now looking at that region, but Anna's going to pick it up first, and Thunderstrike coming out onto J4. Anna's going to harass him away, but the region is broken, so J4 has no region left now. Not good for him. Actually, just going to return to base now. May look to pick up some more region. But going to give Illidan that essential free farm. No, just going to come back to lane now, it seems. I'm going to have to keep that skewer in reserve. As if Illidan gets some nasal goo, but like 1 or 2 levels of nasal goo, as ZXC now ganked it upon in this mid lane. Frostbite, Thunderstrike, and the right clicks from G, which do a lot of damage at this point in the game, finishing the Shadow Shaman off. So now J4 continues sitting this offlane with no regen, and doing so successfully. No aggression out of the supports. Should NS come back and go on him, he will be in a bit of trouble. As Pole's now hopping in the top lane, and you up from Illidan now, so gonna start sparing it out in J4. J4 gonna have to skewer it away. Glimpse, and now gonna skewer it for sure. Sunstruck now as well, so J4 gonna fall here on this bottom lane. Not using that skewer. I guess he was saving it for the glimpse, I would say, but yeah, this may be the first part of the pause. Yeah, they're gonna go to 4 minutes, and then we're gonna hop into the second replay. And so I'm gonna just chill for the time being, so we prepare for this part of the game to end. As J4 again falling in the bottom lane, and the Shadow Shaman in the mid lane, both falling thus far in the early portion of the game. But carries this far. No early Midases from either side. Both just working towards boots and that sort of items. In 4 minutes, this is the end of the first part, so I will see you guys in the next part. Alright, and we're back now, I believe, as we back into the game as Smile rotating into mid now on ZXC. Lucky for me, I had spectated the replays beforehand, so this game coming out very quickly after the unpause onto ZXC in the mid lane, but I'm not sure what they're saying. But the last and nice charges again. So Luna and Bristleback farming at a moderate pace. Again, no direction items really for them. Bristleback, of course, going to be working towards the Vanguard early on. Give Virtus.Pro that early edge. His Smile now, Grave Shield, and he's going to cog himself in with the Mirana, not Mirana rather, but the Luna. not going to be what he wanted there. Moon taking a bit of damage or not falling, and this whole section cleaning up the clockwork. So, Smile giving a kill up to that Luna in the top, or the Visage rather in the top lane, but Luna, of course, getting an assist. As ZXC returns the mid lane now, very much behind the Invoker. 22-15 is the mid lane last hit contest right now. And G just showing how this matchup is done, really. Has had some support from his supports. Yeah. Support from his supports. That makes total sense. But we're just being able to outlast hit the Shadow Shaman even with the Ether Shock, and now as a Forge Spirit as well, so doing pretty well in this mid lane. And in the meantime, Clockwork not being able to contest this offlane too much, but certainly doing better than Magnus, as he had died, but not as early, I'd say, and not in as poorly as a situation. But Illidan going to take up his creep wave behind the tower and let the creeps push onto it. J4, nothing really can do aside from pop out the shockwaves, and Shadow Shaman dies in the mid lane. You know, every time there's this Invoker Shadow Shaman matchup in the mid lane, I always seem to miss the third kill on the Shadow Shaman. I missed it in another series, and I'm missing it in this series. It's just absolutely mind-boggling how it's always just the third kill that I miss. Ugh. But anyway, ZXC going down the mid lane once again as the Crystal Maiden rotated in. And ZXC now with 3 deaths on him. Just going to try and get that early 6 and rebound with the Roshan kill, most likely. That is his edge in this lane, I'd say. And they are on the Dire, so easier for them than it would be as if they were, other than if they were Radiant. And this smoke going to be popped instantly. NS with the Invis now. PR wasted smoke by them, as they do seem to be rotating top. Nope, going to be meander in the woods for a bit. This bomb tower again did go down, and Illidan's going to continue farming pretty aggressively. As again, J4 not going to be able to do too much, and if he is caught out, will certainly die with the glimpse after the skewer. So ZXC roaming around now, has level 6, so may see a push here on the top lane. Smile, not too much you can do really aside from the rockets. And indeed, we are going to see a push on the top lane, but mid going to be pushed now by Virtus.Pro with the Force Spirit up. And indeed, the push coming out. This tower will fall quickly, as they do have 4 heroes now in the mid lane. These creeps from Enchantress going to die, and the push coming up from PR top now. As I had mentioned earlier, Radiant fortifying, and this mid tower now down to 500 and dropping. Illidan taking up the creep wave before the tower, and siege creep coming in. Tower is going to go down for sure now. Smile going to try and contest what he can, but the ward's dropped by Shadow Shaman. Last they're going to go to Shadow Shaman as well. Luna not able to take it. And Pro going to keep going forward here. And FNG saying, Dota's broken, Volvo please fix. I'm assuming there's a lot of lag. It's again, Stockholm, not the best for Russians. They prefer the Russian server. Dire now fortifying, and rotating into this mid lane is PR. Luna here actually already. Probably just look for an ult, and pops the ult. Illidan gonna tank it all up, not falling here either. Sunshine gonna come out on Moon. Moon gonna fall as well as the Bristleback. So, and now the Soul Assumption onto the Disruptor, gonna have him fall as well. So 2-1 in the mid lane. PR taking that fight in their advantage. And the push may come out in mid now as well. Or it's not going to be up for a while. The CT has a creep, so. Force Step already up on G now. And treads up on the Bristleback. Charm continuing to farm in the woods. Has a pseudo triple stack here. Doesn't have any large creeps really aside from the Dark Troll Summoner now. And it's going to come and help him out with that. And now ZXC wards up in 20. He looked to work towards Roshan here. Definitely wants to place a ward first for that, however, as they have no wards protecting the Roshan pit. And there's a double damage here as well, so could certainly help out. So then Vanguard treads on him, and ZXC ward's going to be dropped here on the Roshan. Roshan going to fall. Scared up by the Invoker Sunstrike. I'm not sure if it actually saw ZXC or Moon, but Rotation going to come in from Virtus.Pro now. Virtus.Pro cannot fight in the vicinity of these wards, but this Roshan falling very, very fast with the medallion up on FNG, and Illidan now coming in with a double damage. Going to be hexed up by ZXC, however. 4-step now up onto the high ground, the Ancients area, and hooked from Smile into CT. CT falling very low here. J4 however pops the Revolves Polarity, and Illidan, Smile caught in that. Illidan going to fall here. And now F-God getting very low. F-God going to fall. Luna, A just popped on her. And Wall. Connect Field dropped up by NS, so Moon may fall here. Rocket, and will the Urn finish her off? Not sure, but Enchantress cleaning up the Clockwork on the back end of that. I'm going to make it alive, in fact, so another 2 for 1, but A just popped there, so technical 2 for 2, trading evenly, but VP losing, of course, the Bristleback and the Clockwork, 2 more potent heroes rather than the Visage and the Aegis of PR. That's Sunstrike missing there from G on both J4 and Moon. So, we're going to have our second pause shortly, as I did write down the times for these. And before we do so, let's take a look at the gold graph. VP in the lead by about 2,000 gold. And experience pretty much even for the time being, even after the fight. Actually going to drop in the way of PR just a bit, and we have our next pause. So I will see you guys in the next part, part number 3, and the final part. So thanks for bearing with this, and I will see you guys in the next part. And now starting into the third part of this game. We do have a little reset time. It went from 11:16 back to 11 minutes, so also in a livable time there. And seem to be satisfied with the servers now. So back in the game. Let's take a look at the goal graph again. It's going to be sitting at the advantage of VP. The grass broke for the time being, so not going to be fun there. But who knows? funky grass for the time being. As Pierre rotating into the Dire or Radiant Woods now. Luna working towards the BKB, FNG just has the Medallion, J4, Arcanes, ZXC, nothing on him really noteworthy. May work towards the Aghanims, or also could work towards a BKB. Something, maybe just make him a little bit more survivable, as he will want to have to make sure he places the wards. And CT going to be sitting over here by the entrance to these woods to make sure that they spot out any rotations from VP coming in. But PR going to take this easy tier 1 bottom. So Frouwo gets a tier 1 top, so push going to come out top from Virtus.Pro now as well. And then it's going to slow push the mid lane. Can't really do much damage to the tower. It does have NS here, or Johnum here rather, as he is NS. But tower going to be poked on by the 2 supports, and PR are going to continue their push on the bottom tower now, as Virtus.Pro push their advantage on the top tower. So PR may get behind in tower series. They're going to lose 2 tier 2s for a tier 2 on the bottom lane. Wards now drop for the tower shaman here as well. But PR really have a very good pushing lineup. I do have the wards, of course, and 2 towers going down for PR there. So 2 tier 2s in exchange for tier 1. Oh no, so 3 towers in that recent tower exchangement going VP's way and 2 going PR's way. 2 on the bottom lane for PR and the 3 for VP in the top and the mid. I seem to be getting close to the BKB now. Now has the Mithril Hammer up. So we should take a look at Virtus.Pro's items as well. Illidan, nothing new aside from his Vanguard and Treads. It does have 2,300 gold though, so could work towards a Blade. No, not a Blade Mail. Blade Mail is a bad item on the Bristleback, as don't know if you heard me rant off on this before, but the damage reduction as Clockwork gets a kill on Enchantress here. Has a haste, so hook expanded though. Did miss that one, but anyway, I'm going to go on my Bristleback rant now, as I am entitled to it, even after missing the kill. The Blade Mail damage that Luna puts out on the Bristleback, it doesn't put out the damage until it's already reduced, so it returns a reduced amount of damage from, of course, the Bristleback passive. So not the best item. May look towards a pipe. maybe a Assault Kuros. We'll have to wait and see. But has 2,600 gold nearly now. I'm going to send that courier actually going to be sent out to Smile here. Likely to work towards an Aghanims or a BKB even. Doesn't really need the BKB as he will be engaging and just wants to get the hook off cogs and will be set from there out. Is a CT going to be working towards a 4-staff now? But has that untouchable passive up, of course, and that just makes him unkillable for any sort of physical damage for the time being. Necro 2 and 4-staff up on G now. And actually, we could just see a lot of Necro. We could see Disruptor building a Necro as well, but also could be working towards that absolutely impressive Disruptor with Aghanims. Does a lot of damage, and we will see a clash here for Virtus.Pro versus FNG. And FNG gonna make it away. Virtus.Pro not gonna find anyone just yet. And very aggressive wood placed. And this complaint about Roche Timer. Roche Timer is not up for me, so it could be a bug. So again, this game was reloaded twice now. But no big deal. These are replays, so I mean, at least it's not live and still a pestilence, so I wouldn't know what is happening. 4 top for Virtus.Pro and movement out of PR, moving towards the top lane now. This Moon's still working towards that BKB. Does have his Mithril Hammer on the courier. A little bit for like another 600 gold for the recipe, and it'll be all set. And Blink now on J4, so that engagement from PR going to be all the much scarier now. Can Blink on Virtus.Pro. And 5 top now for Virtus.Pro. I'm not sure what they're doing, but both sides meandering really. PR in their own woods and Virtus.Pro at the westernmost edge of those woods. That's going to lead the charge. Him and John going to fire up this small creep camp. And yeah, no action really from either side right now, as the targeting pushed by Familiars and the creep of Enchantress, who just falls before it dies there from Illidan, so getting a nice bit of gold there. It's going to be Sanj on Illidan, so could see a Sanj and Yasuo. Could also see the Heaven's Halberd to disable that Luna, but Luna finishes the BKB now. So PR could look for a fight. As Virtus.Pro not completing any big items yet. G does, of course, have the Necro 3, though, so I'm going to throw up the hurt on this top tower. Mana Burn, of course, coming out from the Necro Archer. And he's going to send it to farm up this medium camp. And he's not going to find a double damage on the bottom, and Roshan not there still. Swapping the bottle there, Smile making sure he gets a full bottle for the double damage as Illidan takes it, and gonna farm up on the bottom now. This PR make a push on the mid tower. And lane ward placed from NS. Want to spot that high ground really. And just really make sure for any Roshan attempts. Familiar's wasting the damage a bit on this middle tower. Appreciation all up, however, and double damage. Bristleback takes down the bottom tower, so all the other towers down now for PR. As Disruptor gets a deny on the middle tower, may pay with his life, however, and indeed he is going to be Lucent Beam, Hex, all that sort of stuff placed on him, and Smile gonna get slowed up here by the Enchantress as the top push comes out from the Invoker. ZXC gonna see if he can take care of it, and now RP on 2 from J4. Smile getting very, very low here. Jotum, however, healing back up to full with that mech charge. Jotum gonna just barely make it away. Sunstrike that hits on J4 there. Bristleback in the meantime, killing up the Visage. And CT maybe next in line here, but no stuns available for Virtus.Pro right now. Frostbite already expended, and G may look for Cold Snap here, but doesn't have invoked for another 20 seconds. And 4-step now from CT. Gonna force himself up to the Ancients, and Jotum gonna spot him out. See if he can deny himself to the Ancients, and CT chases on to him. As the Familiars are chasing down Smile. Smile gonna drop on this backline. CT dodging the Sunstrike, it seems, and continuing to get away. 4-step again, so CT leading Virtus.Pro on there, and Smile dying in that engagement. from the familiars. Familiars certainly a pain to deal with. Virtus.Pro may look to push this bottom tower now, but not having the clockwork up will not really allow them to siege that high ground very easily, as the initiation isn't there for them. And the initiation is what they need to make sure they don't have the RP or maybe the wards dropped from either side, but again, RP on cooldown for the time being. And yeah, both teams going to go back to farming up. Roshan actually fixed now, timer, no big deal. Olin has his Vanguard gem. Now, Song and Yasha, or Song still has 3,200 gold though, so could just see a Reaver and straight into a heart for him now. But of course, timing, we'll have to wait and see what it is. There's a Visage harassing out the Disruptor here. We have a cancel teleport top by the Invoker. We're sitting on just the Necro, Travels, and a Force Staff. All I really needs though. Build complete for G. Can just really do whatever he wants now. Has that new meta sort of Invoker build is just get the Necro 3 and you're done. And now we're shopped again by ZXC on this Roshan, so Roshan, Medallion, and gonna fall very quickly here once again. Another free Roshan for PR. And can't do anything about it because he cannot attack the wards. The wards are invisible to him. Luna gets a bit too close and gets hit once. Picks up the Aegis, however, and now going to work towards the Yasha. Likely into a Manta, of course. So Jotum had that mechanism in the last fight, popped it well, and Shaman Force F on him now, and again, could be working towards the BKB or the Agnums. We'll have to wait and see what it is. Now J4, taking some rest from Jotum. And blinks away. This game, so certainly a lot slower pace than the last game. This one. Pauses, disconnects may do that, but Song and Yasha up on Illidan, so could see a push here soon out of them, but Jotum now going to be in a bit of trouble with Familiars, as well as J4 going to catch him out, and stuns from the Familiars. One last Ether Shock from ZXC going to finish him off, and push may come out from Virtus.Pro now. But Moon as well as F-God behind Virtus.Pro in this situation, so could collapse on them and certainly maybe garner a kill from it. There's no NS rotating top. Necro popped. Enchantress stealing the larger Necro creep, the Warrior. So the Archer gonna fall as well. No last hit for the Enchantress or Enchantress there, so not getting the extra gold. And now the tower is getting pretty low, but no kill on the tower just yet. G gonna toss out some more Forge Spirits. Continue to push the wave. So now smoke up on 4 from PR here. Gonna rotate towards the bottom and look for a kill on Illidan. Illidan now with an Order Club could just look towards a BKB now. And Hex from ZXC. Now J4. Skewer backwards just a bit, and Illidan gonna fall here. Deals out a lot of damage in the meantime though. 4 stacks on all these heroes. But not gonna matter. No kills for him. But just proving how really survivable he is. So Illidan does drop for really no reason. And F-God now gonna start working towards the Aghanims for himself. Jotum working towards the Force Staff. Gonna have that very, very soon. Another 70 gold for him, and he'll have that ready to go. Smell, don't know what he's working towards yet. NS has the Force Staff on him as well, and a gem that I believe he may have taken from the Invoker. Yeah. And Illidan again with the Song and Yasha going to be building the BKB. Maybe had he had that BKB for that last fight, I think he may have been able to get a kill there, but die after once the BKB wears off. But yeah, just very. This isn't the really kind of games you expect to see in the Russian scene, to be honest. Both teams just really farming up, split push kind of sort of thing. Yeah, very chill. I guess it's nice to have a break after all these exciting and intense games. So smoke up from Pura once again, gonna spot out NS Hex up from ZXC, Ether Shock. Shackles and Soul Assumption gonna fall here, loses the ward instantly, and gonna have his ward dewarded. as well. So pickoffs thus far by PR, really catching just VP out of position. So Moon and J4 could look for the top lane now, as Invoker really being a pest for them. Has been up here for quite a long time, just throwing out the Necro units as well as the Forge Spirits. Last hitting and pushing the tower. Mighty low, into 9 range now, so certainly spooky. Someone could probably just go back to her and hit that once and it'd be dead. But Virtus.Pro looking, I guess, to split push, it seems. As this top lane Smile may look for a hook onto Moon. Moon being cool snapped up now and gonna fall. No, hook missed from Smile. It does have the Aegis, so pops the Aegis there. I'm likely gonna back off now. He does have J4 here for support, however, so not the scariest of situations. And now Illidan gonna chase out into CXC here. Very Grave Chill and Medallion comes out from FNG and nothing comes of it. Both sides just back off. We really see that VP is just seemingly just trying to split push now. They got 1 hero in this lane in Illidan. They got 2 heroes in your mid, or 3 heroes rather. NS as well as Jotum, and of course Smile. He's moving towards the bottom and top, and now ultimate coming from NS here. Static Storm as well as the Kinetic Field, but Marna pops BKB and runs out. A-okay. That's the 10. Yeah, that was the 10-second charge down for him. As the top tower gets denied by CT, so wasn't deny range and deny it as the creeps were starting to push in closer and closer. But again, Virtus.Pro just pressuring all the lanes here, making sure none of them get past the river, it seems. And PR not wanting to engage any specific lane because they feel if they do try to engage any lane, that they will be pushed in and may face a Raxing. Just going to sit on Moon and hopefully Moon can push out these lanes faster than VP can push them in at one point, and they will push out their base, take a mid tower. Maybe get a kill on a big hero like Illidan. Illidan now has 2 heroes bottom with him, Jotum and NS, so should a PR hero rotate down here with less than 3 or 4 teammates, he may be dead. Smile now, maybe spotted out by PR. No, not just yet, but God again, sitting in the middle of the trees. Smile now spotted out. Grave Chill, BKB pop for him, and just gonna run away, it seems. Not gonna make it out, however. The Medallion gonna clean him up, as well as the right clicks from the familiars and the Luna. Rather, Warp Trap missing from CXC there. However, J4 gets a magnificent RP on 3, and Virtus.Pro just eating the dirt right there. Well done by PR in that fight with J4 getting the RP on 3, then the wards dropped, of course, and the Luna dropping the ult as well. So PR getting a 4-for-0 exchange there. Disruptor dying on top and 3 on the bottom. Or no, Clockwork rather dying on top and 3 on the bottom. Disruptor, Crystal Maiden, and the Bristleback. Not what you want if you're VP. You were feeling ahead because you were pressuring the enemy base and keeping them locked in there, but not so much anymore. Gold graph seems to have fixed itself up a bit, as that VP did have an advantage of nearly 4,500 and now dropping. I'm not actually still 100% sure how accurate this is, but experience previously in VP's favor, now falling in PR's favor after that most recent fight. I definitely ignore the times if I were you, because those are the times of the replay, not of the actual game. Anyway, let's open the last hits as well. So Illidan leading that chart, Invoker just behind him. And yeah, Enchantress, being that semi-carry that she is, has Force Staff, may work towards an Aghanim's next, or maybe a Mask of Madness even, as with the Untouchable she is untouchable. And the Ranger actually dying on this top lane, so I missed that, but I assume Invoker got it with his Forge Spirits and the Necro. It's now 4 top for Virtus.Pro, and Illidan pushing the bottom lane in. So PR may be ganked upon here, but no aggression just yet. Maybe waiting for a Clockwork hook, maybe Smile looking for an opening here. Certainly has a clear shot in CT here, but CT moving around after every MP throws, or just right click he throws. But now they're going to show their stops on top lane, so PR going to now call laps upon them. RP is up again, Luna not up just yet, wards are up again for PR, and VP just going to disengage. Haven't seen too many sick static storms from NS just yet. This is a very good spell, however, so if he does manage to get enough heroes caught in there, we'll certainly do a lot of damage. A lot of work. And now TP in from Invoker. Necro units thrown on this tower. Gonna slowly fall. ZXC and company. ZXC and J4 gonna try and take care of this, and now J4 gonna be gone upon here by Illidan. Illidan popping the BKB as Crystal Main killing the Visage in the top lane, and there is a fight there as well. It seems hooked in from Clockwork. And bottom tower falls. Visage falls in the top lane, so Virtus.Pro edging ahead now. Just slightly after that 4-man loss in the bottom lane, or combined in that last bit of skirmishes. Illidan eating a bit of damage, but running back in, cool spray and running out. Has an insane amount of regen when he has all those stacks up, so gonna help him out a bit. Let's jot him. I'm not gonna be chasing some of these familiars, but if these familiars just dish out so much damage should he be caught up by them. Could likely just be killed by the familiars and the Enchantress alone. There are 3 bottom now for PR. Manthin up on Luna as well as the Helmet Dominator, so TJ Ancients will be going down sometime soon. BKB up now on Shadow Shaman, so we did go for that BKB over the Agnums. Good decision for the time being, as it will be difficult for him to survive long enough really to get the words off in some scenarios. And now Illidan as well as G sit on this bottom lane with the rest of the team in the top. Chum getting some sick farm here. Looking to work toward the BKB, it seems. So Roshan now respawns. I do believe Clockwork spawning out just at the end, and I'm going to throw some harass here onto ZXC. ZXC eating a lot of damage, 8 the Sunstrike there as well. And Forge Spirit's going to try and chase him down. And God going to have to teleport mid and defend the tower. And chase out now from PR onto the supports of Virtus.Pro, but gonna run away. So again, a very passive game now. Illidan looking maybe to get the range racks on this lane as well. And we chased up by Moon here. I don't believe Moon can get a solo kill on the Illidan, even with the ultimate all going in on him, as long as Illidan's facing the correct way. Now with that BKB as well, I think I mentioned that earlier, but not 100% sure. So now Moon and J4 sit on the edge of this ancient ledge. CT teleporting back to base, and I do believe PR knows that Roshan is up now as well. Illidan may look to engage here onto Moon and J4, but gonna want some help from other heroes, and ZXC now rotating in, so PR are gonna try and maybe go for the Roshan once again. With all their heroes up near the area. I don't see this melee racks going down anytime soon, but these mega range creeps going to be certainly pushing out the lane as a bit of an edge over the dire creep wave with no mega range creeps. And ZXC now. Illidan. Bottom lane. It's like ultra split push. This is like constant rat from VP, but PR just don't know how to handle it all. Like, they know how to handle it as the glimpse back onto Moon. Now Moon gonna be Sunstrike gonna miss, but Deafening Blast, and now eating a lot of damage, but Magus meantime kills the Crystal Maiden top. So a 3-man gank from PR to get that Crystal Maiden, and now Virtus.Pro gonna likely look to see if they can push the racks. This Necro has been dropped by God, and Forge Spirit's gonna come up any second now. He drops the Forge Spirits and Hex onto the Warrior. The Heat range racks eating a lot of damage. Fortify comes out from PR, but these range racks I feel actually may not go down as Necro Warrior stolen by the Enchantress as she does. Certainly the counter to any sort of Necro kind of play. Much better than Chen in that regard, as she can steal pretty quickly with the only a 15-second cooldown on Enchant. And now Virtus.Pro making themselves cozy in the PR Ancient camp. As the Agnums comes up on the Visage, so just more damage out from him. Probably, I believe, at this point, one of the largest single damage ults in the game with the birds. as Hex comes out onto Illidan here, and Bristleback killing the Shadow Shaman there now. Alt on the 3 from J4, alt pop from Rana. 2 gonna fall for VP here, the Invoker and the Disruptor, as Bristleback manages to clean up the Magnus. And both sides gonna disengage now as CT actually chases down Smile, so Smile may fall here indeed. And well, unless it would have done it, but CT just not being able to find him. And Smile juking his way out, but gonna die here. Gem dropped, so CT maybe gonna pick that up as Illidan chases down on Moon. Moon gonna maybe fall here. Burst damage stacking up, and now Grave Show onto Illidan. Illidan just tearing apart PR, just showing the strength of strength and chasing potential of Bristleback as he gets a double kill on the bottom lane. Absolutely huge. 7 stacks right now. 210 bonus damage as well as that's insane. He was right clicking for nearly 350 damage there with the 7 stacks. Absolutely demolishing that Visage is G now teleporting in on the bottom lane. Gonna go for the Roshan now, it seems, and gonna throw out the Force Spirits, of course, to push lane in the meantime. And Enchant spent by Enchantress there, but gonna be up soon again, and likely will take the Necro Warrior. As Cheese on the ground now, Illidan gonna take that. Basher up on him now. Chatham getting closer and closer to BKB. Cheese has the Hex now. And glimpse from NS onto CT. CT gonna fall here for sure. Silenced up and just blown up by the Static Storm and everything else that Virtus.Pro can really dish out. And now these range racks gonna go down, and maybe the melee racks as well. No RP available. Luna now just coming back up, and wards of course available, but racks gonna go down. Ward dropped by ZXC, so only need a lot of damage here. Facing it the proper way though, reducing that damage. Now BKB from Rana. RP onto 3 there from J4, and now Soul Assumption onto the Invoker. Invoker to fall, as well as the Crystal Maiden from the Visage and Illidan now. Getting very, very low. Did pop the cheese there, so we're going to fall regardless of the cheese, and 4 kills technically for PR on the bottom. Just losing the Enchantress very early on. But did lose the racks. Wards are expended. RP expended as well, but J4 getting a magnificent RP onto 3 there. Clock Rever was not in that fight, I believe, so could have certainly gone better for VP, but now pushing to come out mid from PR. And Small gonna see what he can do on the top lane. As the mid push now comes out. Should Invoker want to teleport back and defend this, it'd be certainly very easy for him. Does have a lot of wave clear in the spells he can cast. And indeed teleport back from him. Gonna see if they can defend as glimpse onto J4 there. J4 now getting blown up. Static Storm and Kinetic Field. Gonna eat him apart, and now hook onto F-God here from Smile. Smile gonna get an easy kill supposedly on FNG. FNG gonna fall indeed. But these birds just gonna tear him apart. Bird's actually gonna fall back, and the chase is on now. Luna with the double damage. Gonna be glimpsed back. Pops the BKB, so not gonna happen. As I'm now working towards a butterfly is Moon. We're gonna have it now actually. There's a Hex now up on CT. And Virtus.Pro could look to push mid here. Necroff cooldown in 15, and of course Forge Spirit's already on the ground there, and we have a pause for the slightest bit of time. And let's just take a look at items for the time being. Put that net worth chart up versus the last hits. And yeah, Illidan sitting on nearly 3,000 gold, has BKB. Basher may look just towards the greater Basher to have that lockdown on whatever hero he chooses. Smile in the meantime, BKB now an ultimate orb, may look towards another Hex, but I'm not entirely sure, as he could build it into a plethora of things. Not going to be a Manta, not going to be a Scott. Yeah, it's definitely likely a Hex. And Visage, of course, did fall, but has just the Medallion and the Aghanims. PR again, Scythe of Ice, picked up a lot of words as well. ZXC now working towards the Aghanims after picking up a Blink. So Aghanims now on the way for ZXC. Gonna start kicking in with those wards. And didn't get any more points on the Shackles really. I assume he is worried about getting stunned up really. and just getting exploded. But certainly getting some more points in stats versus those shackles for the time being. Gonna likely finish that up now. As we just look at Magnus items, finish that round trip and blink and BKB on him, nothing more just yet. Luckily now in the Forge Spirit. Necro dropped in 2-1, and here comes the Necro. Enchantress, of course, going to steal that as soon as she can. Stuns from the bird's going to do a bit of damage here, and now Illidan. Going to kill the Necro creep, transmutes a bunch of damage to him, and Hex from ZXC onto Illidan. Illidan going to need a lot of damage here for the time being. And Skewer misses from, or doesn't miss, but BKB popped by Illidan, and now the chase comes out from PR. Jottam Lucent beamed upon, and not going to find anything here as PR. Actually, no, going to find Jottam. Jottam actually walking the wrong way there. Not hugging the tree line, rather choosing to cross, and Blink from the Shadow Shaman cleans him up. So VP not looking to push anymore. Going to likely see some more split pushing on the top lane. There's lots of Force Staffs in this game. Just hear him popping constantly. And PR. RP almost coming out there from J4. J4 gets PR, or RP on the 2. NS now eating a lot of damage. PR however gonna fall here. Or J4 rather. As NS barely gets away with his life. Getting very, very low there. And Static Storm and Kinetic Field dropped. 60 getting a lot of damage here from Illidan. Illidan gonna be hexed up over by CT, and now Illidan pops BKB himself. Glimpse from the Disruptor, and Illidan just probably gonna look to run away now. And the Sharshaman buys back, assuming they couldn't take a fight here, and Invoker gets a kill on Visage in the meantime. Close inside the base actually. G could be in a bit of trouble now. It does have the gem, and Hex up from ZXC now. Familiar Sun's likely to come out, and G gonna be blown up here. Not in the right place at the right time for sure. But did get the kill on the Visage, so not worth it in my opinion. Let's look at the net worth graph. Luna matching the farm of both Invoker and Bristleback, but having two heroes that have the farmer view on the enemy team isn't going to bode well for your team, to be honest. As Roshan going to not be respawned for another 3 minutes to about 6 minutes now. CT going to be spotted out here by Smile and Jottam. Barry's held onto him. Ult from the Crystal Maiden, and going to be finished up by one. No, just one last ping from the Battery Assault. So now Illidan gonna kill a bird and resummoned into the base by the Visage. Now sitting on 1800 gold is F-God. And Abyssal Blade now up on Illidan. Invoker also picking up BKB now as well. So should this next fight happen, Invoker does have Boots of Travel and will be ready to fight as soon as he responds. So PR holding on here in this game too. And it's going to be spotted out. Static Storm drop as well as the Kinetic Field. Everyone's going to walk around it, so not the best placement for him. But again, ZXC does have lots of blinks, lots of Force Staff. So in the meantime, actually, we're going to be caught out here. Meteor dropped. Illidan going to drop the Abyssal, and the Hex, of course, expended from the Invoker. Hook going to miss there from Smile. So Luna down. Let's see if she has buyback. D does have buyback, so VP may look to force the issue and see if she buys back. Luna indeed buys back. FNG gonna fall, however, in the meantime, CXC Frostbitten up, gonna make it away as the Familiars chase down GG, taking a lot of physical damage now, and teleport in from Enchantress, and VP again gonna fall back, and Sunstrike gonna hit on the Shadow Shaman as Illidan gonna eat a lot of damage here on this bottom lane. RP expended from J4 here. Illidan now gonna fall, so 2 down for PR and 1 down for VP as Disruptor, who died very much earlier, gonna respawn just now. And Clockwork gonna have that Hex another like 500-ish gold sometime soon, definitely, if he manages to stay alive. Level 16 on his end though, so actually a check of kills and tests and that sort of stuff would be pretty nice at this point, as Jottam now actually gonna be found out and gonna Force Staff himself away and make it alive. But Smile not performing astoundingly well on the Clockwork. Does have 12 assists, but has 5 deaths, 3 kills as well. As NS mid Taking a bit of harass from the Luna. Lucent Beam doesn't happen, and Force Staffs himself the wrong way. Gonna get himself killed here now. Due to that improper Force Staffage. And PR getting a free kill there onto NS. As Invoker destroys the mid-tier 4 tower with that creep wave on bottom pushing in. Well done by him. And again, look at the kills. G's been doing work really, but he's really just been playing super passively, just sitting in these trees as he's done on either side, throwing out the Necro, throwing out the Force Spirits, and just letting them go to work on the towers and such. And otherwise, just getting the Sun Strikes really on point this game, that sort of stuff. Visage is the best on side of PR. Has 7 deaths, but really hero deaths don't matter for him as the Killers do the most work. And once he has the Aghanims up and the Medallion, he's really set in terms of how well he can throw things out in the game. Luna next in line, 7, 3, and 14, so involved nearly in every PR kill so far. And John now going to fall Hex up from ZXC, and Sunstrike coming out from Invoker, going to hit on Moon. Now Illidan actually coming in, RP expended from J4, and now Ward drop by ZXC, and Illidan almost makes away, but walks back into the wards, and now J4, Fire Assault from Smile popped, and now J4 gonna blink away just before that one last right click from G hits, and now BKB's being popped on the other side constantly. CT in a bit of trouble, now hexed up. Smile pops the cog. CT gonna slowly fall here. Did steal a Necro unit, so gonna save himself a bit, but Enchantress now falling. Roshan, however, gonna be in nearly a minute and 45 seconds now. Is VP losing 2 there, Illidan and Jotum on the Bristleback and Crystal Maiden respectively, and of course CT falling as well. It's actually that Magnus, by the way, got out of there by the skin of his teeth, dodging that one last right click just barely from G, and of course popping the BKB right before the Battery Assault killed him as well, so well done by him, as again, Hex now finished on Smile as he hadn't fed between that period of time where he said if he stays alive he will get it, and if he doesn't he will not have it soon, but has it now. And take a look back again at net worth. Invoker now usurping the Luna. Not likely to look towards the Satanic. But in the meantime, I'm just going to tear apart these Ancients. As FGod now sitting on nearly 3,000. A lot of my bet are just saving for buyback at this point. Are down nearly 3 racks, but still feeling as if they're in this game, and certainly can come back with a nice RP, a nice Luna Halt, and wards dropped by them as well. Just really have the team fight potential to swap this around really quickly. Well, Virtus.Pro really have to rely on Disruptor to make sure that doesn't happen, as well as Smile with the hooks. And Illidan gonna have to hopefully wait on the supports to do their work and then come in and just tear apart the rest of PR. And then we take another look at the golden experience graphs. Not sure how broken this is, but 3,000 MVP's advantage. Still pretty even. Experience in PR's advantage, apparently. And yeah. So, pretty chill game thus far. Relaxing, split pushing. Just pickoffs, really, as far as team fights have gone. Jiffer's actually got some pretty impressive ultimates off. Really hitting everything on point that he has. Did get that, again, 3-man RP on the bottom. Did get just a bunch of solo RPs from then on, really, but those solo RPs being very important as securing kills and stuff like the Bristleback as well as the Invoker are certainly things they need at this point in the game to get ahead. Now let's take a look at the buyback status as this Roshan goes down. Not going to have a fight, rather, but PR may need all the buybacks they can get for this push. Now likely to come in from VP as the Aegis is now on Illidan. Or no, rather Invoker. Illidan with the cheese, I believe. No cheese on him. Don't know who it's on, actually. As Sunstrike hitting on CT there. Now Illidan gonna move in. And hooking from Smile there, so CT is certainly gonna fall here as the Hex comes out from Illidan. BKB popped by Illidan as well, so. Now. FGod looks to be next as ward dropped by ZXC. FGod gonna drop Clockwork, getting one last right click on him. And ZXC now hexed up by the Invoker. G gonna get the kill onto Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman buying back instantly. Luna should be suiciding herself in sometime soon to make sure, but I'd rather just split pushing with the Magnus. So these mid racks gonna go down for sure. as a Virtus.Pro just has way more damage than PR can really put out. Illidan now, killing the familiars, and one last Rax for Virtus.Pro, and it will be ultra creeps, or super mega creeps, I think. Now John going to drop the ult, but taking too much damage from the familiars. Hex up onto Illidan from ZXC now. Illidan eating a lot of damage. Soul Assumption from F-God. And Illidan gonna drop here. Smile now next in line. Smile, however, pops the cheese, so cheese on him. Hooks away onto a friendly creep, however, gonna make it away for the time being. Eats 400 damage from that Impetus, though. In the meantime, in the mid lane, in the Radiant base, rather, G gonna try and take out Moon. Moon, however, manages to get the kill onto G there, and now Moon in a bit of trouble, falling very, very low. And D does fall, buys back instantly, and J4 not blinking out in time. Glimpse now from NS, and now J4 gonna fall there, so that counter push is broken up, and now however PR teleporting back in instantly and looking to take a fight still in this bottom lane. And G now hexed up by the Shadow Shaman, and now Skewer on 2 for J4, and now Crystal Maiden falling down very quickly. And Illidan gonna make it out here alive, but ZXC running to Static Storm, falling very, very low here. Almost dying indeed. And that's gonna be hooked up here. PR gonna call GG in the meantime, so actually the Rack's about to, or Ancient about to go down rather, as Shadow Shaman now follows the base, so PR just making this end of this game exciting, as they were losing their Ancient, but still gonna try and go for the enemy base irregardless, and didn't make it, but certainly put on a show for the end of that game. Has lots of buybacks from the other side. Ultimates expended, and yeah, so exciting end to this second game. But VP gonna take it 2-0 this best of 3 series over PR, and they're gonna move on out of the group stage into the round of 4. So good on them, and yeah. So again, Virtus.Pro winning the game. G, impressive performance on Invoker. Luna just not being able to carry enough, nearly 400 assets on her, and just not happening. But anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Frouwo. If you enjoyed the cast, like, subscribe, all that neat stuff. If you did enjoy it, I appreciate constructive criticism, and you can contact me via Twitch, via Twitter, via YouTube with all that information you want to throw my way about how bad my cast is and how I can improve it. But again, thank you for watching. This has been Frouwo, and I will see you guys another time. But yeah, goodbye.